this moment. I believe in every day you say. You can't even remember when you would be. I believe in the heartache of all this soul. I believe dying to believe, hear it all you know. Dying to believe, hitting up your show. Everything is lost, everything is found. Nothing seems to ground you. Everything is gone. Here I am. Here I am again. Here I am. Here I am again. Here I am. Dying to believe, hear it all you know. Dying to believe, hitting up your show. Everything is lost, everything is found. Nothing seems to ground you. Everything is gone. Here I am. Here I am again. Here I am. Here I am again. Here I am. I can't supposed to be. Every moment you're awake. Yeah, I can't even agree. Ever see the light you're fake. I agree, shouldn't for everyone you know I forsake. You go. So now you know. 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 So
Hello. Yay! Every time I do that, I always, it's like a surprise or something. Anyway, it isn't. Hi, it's just me. We're doing songwriting. I'm gonna jump straight into this. Why? Because I was secretly already writing lyrics. So last night we were working on song 3. I've got song 3 loaded up. And I've kind of changed it a little bit. My wife, kind of said to me, like, I felt like last night things were a little bit cheesy, and I think, and I'm talking with her about it, she was like, oh, you should just repeat words, and that might work really well. So beforehand I just kind of sat down and I started messing around with it. It looks like my subs have reset it as well. Thank you says nothing. Well, that's gonna have to change. And it looks like special. I wish it was like real true that it was like I was looking up there, but it's not. Okay, so let's get back to it and I'll fix that later. And let's get this song up. I'll put this into listen mode, so that we can kind of go through the whole thing together. So I'm just working on this now, and I'm going to even change the melody, and I think I'll quickly get this guide in place to do it. So if I put this up just a smidge more in my speakers, hope everyone's having a good day. Try let it go. Try let it go, and your mom will not let you. You're shaking a hole now, and you can't open your eyes. So here we've got this desire to do something, and then we have this counter desire that your body is holding you captive to that moment, which I really like. And then you could say just let it go in the next one. So we're going to that bit. Just let it go, just let it go, let it go. Say to your mind. I'm just like the way I write lyrics is I kind of structure things around a little bit and see if anything jumps out as I do it, so bear with me as I put that together too. Try let it go, and your mama. Just let it go, so to your mind. Let go. Just let it go. Good. Could just repeat that twice as well. Let me just check that. Try let it go, and your mama won't let you. It's taking a hold out, and you can't open your eyes. Try let it go, but your mama won't let you. It's taking a hold out. And I might shorten that. Taking is strong. And you're up. That's interesting. Try let it go, and your mom will not let you. You're taking a strong hold now, and your eyes are shut. I like that because it works with the rhythm a little bit too. And your eyes are shut. Take a strong hold now. Let it go, and you might put your statement, it's taking a hold now and you can't. And you can't. Try let it go, and your mind will not let you. Taking a strong hold now. Eyes are so shut. Well, let's try that strong hold now. At you, taking a strong hold now, and your eyes are so shut. Oh no, and your eyes are shut. Oh no, and your eyes are shut. Oh no, and your eyes are closed. Closed. I like that they're shut because it's off the snare. And your eyes are closed. And your eyes close. And you can't. Try let it go, and your mom will not let you. Taking a strong hold now, and your eyes closed. Taking a strong hold now while taking this I'll try an octave down, a little bit easier on my voice. try to let it go, and your mom will not let you. Taking a strong hold now, with your eyes closed. Taking a strong hold now, and your eyes. Taking a strong hold now, and your eyes closed. Try to let it go, and your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and you can't open your eyes. Try to let it go. But your mind will not let you. taking a full hold now. Taking. It's taking. Right. I think I should do it the same. It's taking a hold now, and I'll try just in there too, kind of close words. It won't let you. It's taking a hold now, and your eyes just shut. And your eyes just shut, not are just shut. So it's kind of a bit of wanting to do something. I'll just write this idea at the top. Wanting to do something, but your mind shuts it down and you still remain apathetic to it. So that's a pretty strong theme, and then we've got these great words here. What I might do though is I might just quickly put these vocals in and do that. Now we're going to be in a world of pain, I think. Let me just double check a bunch of things. Vocal synth. Oh, okay. Maybe I turn this all off. So when you use the auto tune or the pitch shift, it causes vocal delays in your vocal takes. So you've got to turn them all off. But what I'm just going to quickly do is just check if it's channel driven or whether it affects the whole system. Give me a second. I'm going to jump into record mode. Voice isn't the best, but we're okay with that. And when I say that, just tonight, it's feeling a bit worn out just from doing that. It's right in that crack zone, which is the switch between high note and full high note and falsetto. Okay, that's my best Princess Leia impersonation. Help me. Everyone can maybe. You're my only hope. Yeah, it had to be done. Alright, so main down. And then we I'm just gonna set this up. Please be aware there might be a small amount of feedback that happens as I do this vocal take and set it up quickly. Ooh, we did it. Okay. Check. Yeah, it's delayed. Check. Check. I can deal with that delay. What should I do? Let me just try this first recorded vocals. Check. So I think it's channel driven, which is good. Alright. Try let it go, and your mom will not let you. Turn that up. Okay, we'll go record. Try let it go. Your mom will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and you can't open your eyes. Open your eyes. Try let it go, but your mom will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and your eyes just shut. And your eyes just shut. And your eyes just shut. Try let it go, and your mom will not let you. Alright, we'll put those in place now. And we'll see how that fits together. Really hard to sing sitting down, so I'm just using these as guide vocals for now. I'll do a different setup in the future where I'll be able to stand up and you guys can see me sing it in. And judge my breathing technique. Nah. Okay.
Try let it go, and your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and you can't open your eyes. Oh, try let it go, your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and your eyes just shut.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that over here, just for now. Try let it go. I'm just going to do the harmony parts now.
Try let it go.
Does it have a fast mode? No. In the past it did. Okay.
Try let it go. Try let it go, let it go. Your mind will not let you.
What is it?
Try let it go, let it go. And your mind will not let you. Try let it go, but your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and you can't open your eyes.
Whoa.
Try let it go, but your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now. Try let it go, and your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and you can't open your eyes. Try let it go, but your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and your eyes just shut. It's taking a hold. Try let it go, and your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and you can't open your eyes. Oh,
these in. They're gonna be off, but we don't care. Just wanna make sure the flow's right.
Try let it go, and your mama won't let you.
Okay, I think I was supposed to put it there.
Try let it go, and your mama won't let you. Try let it go, and your mama won't let you. It's taking a hold now, and you can't open your eyes. Try let it go, but your mama won't let you. It's taking a hold now, and your eyes just shut.
Cool.
To give some I believe I love yourself. Try let it go, and your mama won't let you.
Bring this over to this other part.
To give
Those other lyrics I won't need to sing in.
try let
Kind of know
it go,
that it's gonna work.
and your mama won't let you. It's taking a hold now, and you can't open your eyes. Try let it go, but your mama won't let you. It's taking a hold now, and your eyes just shut.
And your eyes just shut. Just gonna try and sing over the top of this, so I'll just record.
Check. To know, to give it, to grow, to love, to shine. I believe you love yourself. I believe this. I guess we could. I'll put this back here.
Guess what we could do is roll this around. I read some other things. Excuse me. Sparing. I'm just going to, I'm sure I wrote this out though. Just look for the word believe. Nope. Maybe we're already there. Okay. I believe. in time. I believe in time, you'll still be so alone. I feel like what I'm going to do is kind of psychedelically displace this all over the place and have layers of things moving in and out. I think this is a really subconscious moment. If we're dealing with this dilemma of wanting to do something but your mind shuts it down and you still remain apathetic to it, I think this could be a bunch of different negative and positive statements that you make about oneself. I believe in. It's kind of like I'm saying, if you don't change, you're going to be so alone. But that's so direct, it's really silly. Okay. That's a dumb way to start. Every time you break, you fall, you feel so alone. Every time you break, you feel so alone. Every time you break, you feel so alone. It's not like a break, like, you know, have a lunch break and then you feel so alone. That's more like falling apart. And the falling apart is led by this apathy, not dealing with this issue. Feel alone, that's better. At least there's no ways. Every time. Okay. Every time you fall apart, you feel alone. Edging closer to the. Okay, that's all I need to do. Just allow my head to go somewhere. Edging closer to the edge of sorrow. Every time you fall apart, you feel alone. Could say at home, which is pretty heavy. So it's kind of now switching itself around to be those choices are where you like to be. And I think we've all been in times in our lives where we are like that. Closer to the edge of sorrow. And then you've got this. Try let it go, let it go. No. Okay, I'll sing these lines in now. It'll be super rough. Appreciate it.
Check. Ooh, every time you fall apart, you feel alone, edging closer to the edge of sorrow. Every time you fall apart, you feel at home, edging closer to the edge of sorrow.
Gonna put these vocals in that I just did.
Every time you fall apart, you feel at home, edging closer to the edge of sorrow. Every time you fall.
Just gonna try all those layered vocals that I just did. Could sound like turds. You're welcome.
Every time you fall apart, you feel at home. Every time you fall apart, you feel at home.
It's too busy.
Every time you fall apart, you feel at home. Every time you fall apart, you feel at home. Edging closer to the edge of sorrow. Every time you fall apart, you feel at home.
Okay, so the other part of that will be to kind of mess with this kit a bit. So might just grab. I'm gonna do something obvious to start with. I'm just gonna put a phaser over the top of it. I'm even gonna be cheeky, and they've got some awesome drum presets in here. Well, let's just listen to some.
Every time you fall apart, you feel
don't think that's doing anything. No. Okay. Just the wrong channel, that's all. There you go. So interesting, all these effects. I really like that. It's like it's scratching your head. Okay. Let's check the balance. So we'll get rid of it. And then where's my kit at? Turn this off. Yeah.
To know
I think I got how this is going to work. So I think the verse is kind of going to be these really positive statements, and in the last chorus we're going to put these positive statements against the negative statement of how someone can't change. But we get given all these like hashtag give, you grow, and then it's this whole idea that it just doesn't add up. Like sad, there's other ways around it, but trite statements don't make good friendships. So you give, you grow, you're blessed. So I'll fill out some of those, and then at the end you can kind of do this whole Tanjip, thanks for dropping in, man. Praying for your throat, bro. I'll just do that. So I think that will work really well to just have this whole kind of these hashtag statements that start at the top of it, and then they get bashed over the top of this end part. And I guess that'll make a lot more sense now with that last line. I've used this word hollow, and because this kind of the inspiration about this is the echo chamber phenomena, that if you believe a thesis, it doesn't exist. And although I would weigh on the other side and say I think it does. So I don't want to be so obvious about this either. These won't be there. That's just really trite to me, but if I was a young aspiring person, maybe that would be better. What? I don't know what I'm saying. But we'll see how we feel. Maybe that's cool. You give, you grow. So we've got this at the start.
To give, to know, to holler, to go. I will never get rid of a shadow hollow. Oh, to give, to know.
That's not supposed to be there. That is too much. And then the Star Wars set arrived and took over your drum kit.
To give, to know, to holler, to go. To give, to know, to holler, to go. I will never get rid of a shadow hollow.
So you got the word follow as well.
I will never get rid of it.
Give, you grow, you know it, you know. I will normally give a little, but I'm still hollow. Only give a little bit, I'm still hollow.
Try let it go, and your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and you can't open your eyes.
Can't open your eyes.
Try let it go, but your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and your eyes just shut.
So only last bit I need to resolve is that line there.
To get to know, to holler.
I would normally
I will not get away to settle. I will not get away to settle. Hollow.
just clicking follow. Ooh. That just popped into my head. Thank you. Mysterious brain. That's really nice. Could also say that I just follow. And then that doesn't directly say that this is a social media thing, which I don't want to do, but it still says that idea of conformity. I'll put these two lines there. I reckon we alternate between them. Still or just? No. I am. So I'll solidify these words out. I might do that on my own because they need to be great clarifiers. Okay, so let me mute this. Just going to take my headphones off. Contrary to what you might think, you can't really hear yourself sing if you don't have them. You can't hear it back, so this will help me immensely. Give a little bit, I'm still hollow. I wanna give a little. I'm hitting that on the wrong note. To give, you give, you grow. You know it, you know. I wanna give a little bit, I'm still hollow. Give a little bit, I'm still hollow. I want. Okay, just a little pause. You know it, you know. I wanna give a little bit, I'm still hollow. Try let it go, and your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and you can't open your eyes. Can't open your eyes. Let it go, but your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and your eyes just shut. Yeah, nailed it. You got it. You grow. You know.
I wanna give a little.
Oh, I came in too early.
Wanna give a little, but I just follow. Get it, you know. Just grab it and show. I wanna give a little, but I'm still hollow. Oh, try let it go, and your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and you can't open your eyes. Try let it go, but your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and your eyes just shut. You fall apart, you feel at home, edging closer to the edge of so alone. Every time, oh, it's in a loop.
Nice part. Scarab24, welcome back. I kind of figured out the lyrics a bit. The lyrics we did yesterday, kind of went back through them, and I'm like, I kind of used the word a bit. They're a bit complicated. They've got a lot to say. It's like the dictionary of songs. So I've kind of simplified it out to this one concept: wanting to do something, but your mind shuts it down, and you're oh, I did write it right, and you still remain apathetic to it. So I think that works really well. I feel really confident with that. I'm going to take those lyrics away, and I'll develop them on my own. I'm outside of these sessions. There's some things that you just need time to kind of permeate. Then we're going to do 2 days. 2 days of vocals. Yeah. Sorry, I was just like, where's the light? There it isn't. It's like a silhouette though. Yeah. But maybe I need a break in between. We'll see how it goes. La 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 la. Na, 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 na. I did these other little vocal takes that I don't mind either. But they just make it really busy. What if I'll solo them quickly and we'll put them in. This runs. Maybe. I don't know. I'll figure a place to put them. That bit needs to be built up, and I'm going to wait to do that until the vocals are in place, because I feel like that'll run with it really nicely. Like I think I'll be inspired by that a little bit. There's this other bit here where I've got some really like too much going on, but let me just strip it back for a second and see what's going on here. Get rid of this. What are you? Just gonna move this down. I deleted the wrong thing. The song ends on this beat. It was the beat that I originally wrote for it. feel right. Like this really standard little hi-hat thing. Bring these high parts in and see what it does. That is not songwriting. That is so interesting sound, but I don't really care. Yeah, I think that's a nice ending. Maybe these back vocals are in it. Really like them. And I might just end it on that last little snare thing. Classic what I do. No first. Nothing but suspense 24/7. Excuse me. Tunjib said, classic Hunz is good Hunz. Oh, thanks, man. Tunjib, are you playing Apex Legends? One that's short. I'll do this. Tunjib said, I'm downloading the latest FC. Latest FC. It's short for Fortnite Classic. No. Oh, nice. If you do get a chance, this is kind of off stream, have a look at Apex Legend. I think when I first played it, I was just like, holy smoke. I think you'd be really into it, but it's very it's very quick. Alright, I think we've got the whole structure set up. And I think what I will do is I'll just bounce this down, and then I'll quickly do a thoughts wrap up, and we're just going to go through song after song to kind of figure it out. And I think that is what our evening's going to consist of: fixing the songs, getting them all ready, so that we can do the vocals. Yeah, that would be awesome. Just gonna quickly type something up here. Frodo's Ghost says, you're right about the suspense with that ending. Sounds great. Thank you so much. I'll put this up on my SoundCloud and that'll be pretty neat. I'll quickly also put the rest of the words in this too. This is the chorus. And in the final pass, like once we do the vocals and everything, this is where I start creating variations and drum beats and a bunch of other stuff. I'm one of those... Well, I should also say this, we're trying to finish 10 or 11 songs in 28 days and there's 8 days left, so what I'm kind of doing here is, yay, being creative and all this other stuff, but then you're kind of just stopping, because I have a problem where I'm it's called a type 1 personality, which means I'm a perfectionist, and the problem with being a perfectionist is I never get things done. I'm always think I can make it better, or if I give it more time I can do it. So I've got some really amazing people in my life that just kind of nudge me and they're just like, look, challenge yourself to this. And I like those challenges because now I have to try and be perfect within a parameter. So this is me like using this really logic side of my brain in amongst this creativity, and I'm just like, well, love to go and fix that, love to do it, but we've got to move on. We'll do this next thing, we'll put the vocals in, and then I'll go back and figure it out. And then I will do my thoughts over the whole album, honestly, at the end of it too, which I think will be super interesting, to say the least. There'll be stuff that I like and stuff that I don't like. And already I don't like some of it, and I wish there was more time to figure it out, but there isn't. And I've realized that even in the last album that I did like this, there were people that loved the stuff that I absolutely hated, like just couldn't enjoy. There was one song off the last album that I just so disliked. It was the I'll find the track and then you'll be like, okay, but there were so many people that came up to me and they were just like, oh, that's one of my favorite songs from there. So I don't know, I can never, it's not for me to judge. Okay, bouncing this down. Oh, this is song 3. You changed so much, man. You've changed song 3. Alright, heading into thoughts. Whoa. I think my thank yous reset, which is making me sad right now. They were my subs. I'm just gonna quickly check to see what's going on. Now... No, that didn't do anything. Okay, that's just how life is. Thank you, people who subbed me last month. Apparently it's over. No more thank yous for you. So we got a big session tonight of a bunch of stuff to do. I'm hoping I can get through maybe four songs and push them more along than where they were. And that is getting the lyrics in place and putting them in. So I'll just bring up that as well. The song we just wrote is a song about wanting to do something, but your mind shuts it down and you still remain apathetic to it. Oh my goodness, that struggle is exactly how I feel a lot of the times. I feel like a bystander in life. One year I had this word where it's like pilot, and I'm like, I just feel like a passenger, and I think it took me a while to kind of get into the pilot seat, but now that I'm there I still have realized that I'm a co-pilot, and that's a good place to be. I don't think I should be 100% in control. I share my life with someone, and I think that's really cool. But I waver in between being really apathetic to a lot of things as well. So this then follows this idea of sayings that people say to you, and I'm gonna go through and have a look. I have, you know, there's a lot of serious stuff that happens in this world, and this whole phenomena of trite languaging, believe in yourself, whatever that means. You know, trite stuff to try and get you out of a funk when you're substituting what really matters, and I'm terrible at it, which is friendship, availability, being in someone's life, like all of these things that are proven to make the largest amount of impact. Sounds so mathematical. It's not supposed to be either. So I kind of want to list a bunch of trite but meaningful ones that in the right context and coming out in the right situation can really speak to it. And then you've got this follow-up here of, thank you for saying that to me. I want to give a little, but I'll just follow. So that is, I don't want it to be obvious that this is some kind of app or something. I like it to be a little bit cryptic, so this could also lead to connotations of other things that aren't positive. And then the other one is, I want to give a little, but I'm still hollow. So that's the idea of grabbing all this information, but it's actually not doing anything. Then we've got this chorus that says, try let it go, and your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now and you can't open your eyes. Apathy. Try let it go, but your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now and your eyes just shut. So this is this ever like spiraling loop we get ourselves into. Holy smoke. And like, you can make a choice to open your eyes, but your mind is not letting you. It's all these things. So this is like where I would yell out this word, fight against it. But that's not what this song's about. It's about being in that moment and being with people in that moment, and that's beautiful. Bridges, every time you fall apart, you feel at home. This is a tragic statement, isn't it? Someone needs this to happen to feel at home. Edging closer to the edge of so alone. And place in which they find solace in heading there. So it is a heavy song. I don't shy away from this stuff. That stuff. But also, I feel like I'm given these words because it's really personal. It's aimed at me in a beautiful way of realization. So I read this and I feel convicted, and I think that's a really beautiful thing to feel. It means it hurts. It means something to me. It means I've got to, you know, when I get into these moments, I've got to get out of these funks. I've got to stop. So it's going to be awesome to sing this, and awesome to go through those realizations as you kind of roll through it. So can't wait to get this a little bit stronger. I did a thing where I feel like I'm failing miserably also at rendering the songs correctly. I've been rendering the full song and not the highlighted sequence patterns. Oh, it's such a mess. SoundCloud is such a mess at the moment. So just give me a moment. I'm just gonna overwrite this file. I am so sorry. What we can do though, check this out. You can watch it render. I know. How great is that? Log on to Twitch. See audio rendering. I mean, mind blown. I'm so sorry. What a waste of everyone's time. Yesterday we went through and we crowdsourced the lyrics. It was interesting. I don't know if I would do it again. I have a side band called 7-Bit Hero, and I think that that band could do it. The songs are really silly, and every option would be embraced. And come to think of it, I might actually do a couple of super fun nights. If you haven't heard 7-Bit Hero before, check it out. It's like it's so sugary. It's like hyper music, way too sugary, and it's all about joy, happiness, and celebrating not the exception, but just the normality of life, and just embracing it for what it is. It's a hard thing to do, but that's what it's about. So I think 7-Bit Hero could do it. So with that, we came up with more of a novel approach, which is, I'm so despairing to be striving for something for so long. This is a reminder that you're going to get there. So really nice sentiment about life isn't fair, but keep trying and you'll get there. So Frodo's Ghost is saying the future is crowdsourcing lyrics in real time. I thought it was the future, but it gave us a distorted outcome. But we did get some really good lines. I hear for Hunz was on, and he gave us a really great line, which was, I would normally give a little, but I'm still hollow. And then we've shaped that out a little bit to fit. I want to give a little, but I'm still hollow. They normally put a little bit too much more. Frodo's Ghost is saying, nah, watching music render on Twitch is the future. Oh, sorry. And you know what I did? I took away the render bar. It's 64%, 65%. So that's a lot. I think the beauty of this is I could actually float it up here as well. So there's a lot of, oh, you know what I could do? I'm gonna do this in real time, and if you know what I'm doing, then you can just laugh a little. Oh, is it gonna hit the corner? Oh, nope. Boop. So this is probably more entertaining. And I'm in control. Of course it can hit the corner, like, chink. We're nearly there. What we could do is, like, what song, if anyone wants to throw a number at me between a random number between where is this? Then I'll open that song up next and we'll get the lyrics together for it. Here are the songs. Here are Eurovision. Here are your songs. So we just did song 3. That is lyrics, melody, done. Anyone? Number? Alright. Chat's not saying anything. That is fine. We're allowed to be shy. Do another increment save. And having said that, what am I doing? These are the numbers. Someone said 9. Number 4. There is no number 4. Closest one to that, 5? What about 5? This is all we have. This is what we have to work with. 9's not on there, 4's not on there, people. Let's get a viewer. Let's get one more viewer. We only review songs for the amount of people viewing. Well, I can say this actually. There is a lot of official names. They're called creepers. So what I could say is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't even have song 11. There's that many creepers at the moment. Let's do 5. Great choice. This is the best stream you've ever watched. Oh, it was a transition to my face with my fingers. Song 5. What are you all about? We do have a song 4. I just never developed it. Let's listen to the song I gave 1 exclamation mark. Let's see if we made a good choice or not. We made a great choice. This is so boring.
Everything comes undone.
Oh, actually, I really like the chorus in this one.
Everything, completely in the when you're done.
It's in 3/4, and then it goes to 6/8. I'm just glad I don't have to do lyrics for this. Song about yo-yos. Well, that's a song we didn't want to complete. If you like that song, where were you? And we're choosing the songs. Okay, so song 5. Let's see what we've got in terms of lyrics for this so far. And where are you? Song 5 lyrics 5. I'm ready to go. I've seen the light. I'm on fire, but I ain't. Turn off the light. You said enter, but I'm collapsing at your ways. Oh, a classic. Come on, down. Okay, I know what this song is, and this is going to be a little bit tricky. Cathedral says B-sides album in March. That's only a decision that a co-pilot can make with me, so I'll have to have a chat. I do like this song. I will try and do lyrics for this, but I have a feeling I have to do this one by myself. This is a really personal song. And it's something that I feel like there's all these boundaries that you can cross to kind of do things. Some things I can see myself in third person and kind of talk about, but this one specifically is a little bit more complicated. Okay, well, we'll get started and then I'll stop it, but it's with a lot of these songs where they get like this, I don't like to explain it too much. It's kind of like a puzzle. And the way that it's kind of weighted, I know exactly what this song is about. Nice. Bounce back up I'm just gonna extend this out and see what's there. A whole other take that we don't ever want to hear. It's ready. Just writing a bunch of stuff down that I can hear with the lyrics and stuff, and then I'll go through the theme of it. Let's write what that is, but that doesn't make any sense. I'm sitting all you'll ever be. You're sitting all you'll ever be. You're sitting all you'll ever be. Ooh. You're sitting all you'll ever be. You're sitting all you'll ever be. Sucking all your energy. Ooh. Well, it could be a song about laziness. I don't want it. It's If you're just joining in, I'm doing the RPM challenge for the month of February. 10 songs, and it's day 20. So I'm currently at the phase where I'm writing lyrics, and part of my process is that I sing phonetics into the microphone, and then I shape those phonetics into lyrics. I believe directly that when I'm writing music and I kind of close my eyes and start singing, what I want to say comes out from my heart. And so what I'm doing now is I'm kind of curating it back into words, and then from that I kind of get a feeling about what the song is about. And in this case, I'm just going through a bunch of verse chorus setups, just going, okay, what's this doing, and then just writing words around it. So you've got, like, I don't think this will be what's said, but if I go back up here,
it's hitting all you'll ever be. It's hitting all I'll ever be. It's hitting all I'll ever be.
I'm sitting right now. It's that all I'll ever be. But I think that's a little bit too like, I'll do this on the nose. It doesn't feel right. I had this other line here which is this what love is supposed to be? But I can't get that to fit in.
Is this what love is supposed to be?
Maybe I have to slow it down. I'll just mute that vocal.
Is that what love is supposed to be? Is that what love is supposed to be? Is that what love is supposed to be? Ooh. Is it what love is supposed to be? Is it what love is supposed to be?
So I could probably fit that in. I could sing it the first way, which is a little bit what it's supposed to be. Thank you, Cathedral, for the spelling thing. Also a handy little note. Hunz don't spell good. So if you see any little spelling errors, don't even feel bad. You know, I'm the person that writes, you know, hello, and then someone writes back, and I'm like, thank you. So I've started learning more about that stuff, so could be loves. Oh, thank you. Also dummy sometimes, but that makes perfect sense. It's what love's supposed to be. Thank you.
It's what love is. It's what love's supposed to be.
Ooh.
It's what love's supposed to be. It's what love's supposed to be. Ooh. It's what love's supposed to be. It's what love's supposed to be.
Genius. That fits in real good. And I really do like that. Like, I feel like a song that kind of props up that idea. And I think personally this song is about being sent with such, like, being sent on a kind of, like, you know, this is what you're supposed to do, and how everything kind of tempers and along the way, and it kind of changes your direction as you kind of roll through it, but always coming back and feeling grounded. And I just love this idea of this, because in that awkwardness, and in that doing whatever I want, being selfish or any of those things. There's this example, this is what love is. And anyway, we'll swing back around and kind of have a look at that. It's another way to say it. This is what love's supposed to be. This is what love's supposed to be. This is what love's supposed to be. And then I want that to be a counter statement, or an inclusive statement that's ripped off the end of this. So whatever happens there, that word's really crucial because it loops through, and then this word, this statement, this is what love's supposed to be, qualifies it. So that's going to be a little bit of a tricky setup. This is what love's supposed to be. This is what love's supposed to be. This is what love's supposed to be. Ooh. This is what love's supposed to be. This is what love's supposed to be. This is what love's supposed to be. Then I just feel like writing out the principles. Oh, I'm gonna screw this up. That's not the right word. Yep, that's as far as I go with my definition of love. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not boast, it does not envy, it is slow to anger. Keeps no doing of wrong. Is not proud. So we've got a bunch of qualifiers in there, so if I can get into that loop, I don't mind if it's just our statement of it, but even just that, we've got this echo chamber idea going on, so the reason this chorus does this, it's inspired by delaying a bunch of things, and what I'm hoping to do is overlap a bunch of words that are meaningless, but against another word actually start to make a lot more sense. And that's something that I've, like, you know, when you're trying to purposefully do something, that's something that I'm purposefully trying to bring forward in this. And that is such a beautiful definition of love. There's so much more in that. It's not proud, it does not boast. Envious. Okay, so let's play with that. This is what love's supposed to be. This is what love's supposed to be. This is what love's supposed to be. Ooh. just gonna write the syllables out. That's interesting.
It's almost what's lost on me. 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 Almost what's lost on me.
This is me thinking. I'm disconnecting my brain from my mouth for a moment. If you're just tuning in, this is a Twitch stream about thinking. I'll try and exude the thinking. When you get stuck in songs, you just go to another one too. So the whole idea is not like, you know, to quickly just keep iterating through the material. Don't ever feel like, you know, if you get stuck also, that's a great thing. Because there's always time. 8 days, there's always time. I have 8 more days. This was lost on me. So it was almost lost on me. So this is a statement. I'm just going to clarify what that is. Statement about not understanding at first, but eventually getting it. Okay, statement about not understanding it first, but eventually getting it. It almost was lost on me. So, an example of love. It was almost lost on me. Statement, example of love. Lyrics. And then a statement that says, it was almost lost on me. Great. Then it's qualified with, is this a statement? Is this what love is supposed to be? Could also be another way of dealing with it. It was almost lost on me. 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 It was almost lost. Almost lost on me. Oh, that's an interesting flip up. What a narcissistic statement. Talking back into the echo chamber. I was almost lost in me. Whoa. Okay. Is this what love is supposed to be? Okay, and we'll flip it around. Is this what love is supposed to be? 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 Huh. I think that could work really nicely. Well, let's stamp that out. In other words, let's copy and paste it to the bottom of this document. It was almost lost on me. Is this what love is supposed to be? It was almost lost on me. It was lost on me could also be another statement in that. So I might just write that. It was I mean, how presumptuous that I would get it. I still don't think I get it. So I think the song format is going to be something like this. The verse is going to be about gift given, gift wasted. Chorus is about the giver doesn't care that the gift was wasted. Still loves me anyway. And then the echo is going to be about that, like, it's like I don't understand. It's lost on me. This. And then it's a statement of, well, this is what love is supposed to be. This is lost on me. Is this right? So I'm going to contemplate and work through that on my own. I really am. I might bring some of it forward and stuff like that, but yeah, this is, you know, when you talk about really personal songs, this is a song that I think you'll listen to it, you might understand it, or you won't understand it. I don't really mind, but you kind of have an insight onto where I'm shaping it and where that's going. So, awesome. I am gonna just save that off. I don't know if I need to record anything. Let me just. Is anything a little bit tricky in here that I won't understand again? We've got certain all you'll never be, so it was almost lost on me. It was lost on me. Is this what love is supposed to be? This is the chorus echo. This is the pre-chorus chorus cut echo, and that'll make sense to me. It's what is cut out of the pre-chorus to echo through the chorus. You said enter but I'm clasping at your ways. Oh, a classic come undone. So this is towards the end. That was not supposed to be on, so I just want to get rid of that. Don't know where that is.
I'm on fire, but I ain't turn up the light.
Okay, so I'll just shut off the vocal here. I'll do a proper bounce. This was one of the bounces that went horribly wrong.
Oh,
So they're the lyrics behind there. You said enter. So I think that works really well there. I just gotta see how this ends then, huh? Huh? Whatever. I'll just get rid of that line and I'll get rid of that ooh on the end. Let me just put another thing in there. It looped and I put that in the wrong place. Thank you. Wow. So glad I didn't go with that. That's weird. In a nice way, but... Okay, just double check that. Thank you, Harmony. Okay. Okay, good place. This is in a really good place. Let's get the end of this then. Where did you go? Is it here? Thank you. And then we'll just add one of these guys above it. Ending. And I'll sit below. Or not. I thought you could just move that around. No. Okay. Let's do that instead. No. 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 Cool, thank you. Ending, and then I'm gonna bounce this down. I'll put these liner notes up in SoundCloud as well. Render song to disk, browse, number 5. Oh no. Of course it was. Okay, you can't see anything, so it just looks like I'm a crazy person. And number 5, thank you, and version 7 of that song, please. And bounce that. I thought I'd already done that. What is even going on? And sequence and scene. Alright. So that wasn't too complicated. I already knew what that theme was about, and so kind of bringing that together. It's a pretty simple theme. It definitely speaks to who I am as a person. So I really enjoy it, and it's a song where I feel beautifully convicted by it, which again I really like that. I mean, because I'll be singing this a lot over and over again. That's great, because then you never tire with the material. Verse, gift was given, gift wasted. Chorus, the giver doesn't care that the gift was wasted, still loves me anyway. Echo is this can't be right. What kind of moment? And I think that'll be a beautiful way to do it. There's a lot of great themes in there. The idea of being on fire, but also turning off the light. To find out what love was. It's a bunch of things. So yeah, it's gonna be good. This song definitely speaks into this idea of the echo chamber. Yeah, and it does so with a way of looping, audio looping, more so than theme. Like, it's buried in there, and there's a line in there where I'm just like, whoa. Where's that going? I was almost lost in me, and this was the echo chamber idea and absolute narcissism. Which I'm going to not be able to spell. No. Oh, here we go. Narcissism. Is that right? Right click. It's got 2 S's in it, everyone. Which everyone probably knew that. So that was a really narcissistic statement. The fact that you recognize it too. Oof. Oof. Okay, so this will come together really nicely. I'm gonna complete the lyrics off screen. I think it's one of those ones that'll take me a little bit to kind of work through, but it's a personal song, and then I'll just present the lyrics. We'll sing them through, and then if people are asking questions about it, I might have a greater discussion about it, but we'll see how we go. Alright, the song is nearly bounced and I can just show you that over here, but what I might just quickly do is just do the tiniest little walk around. Give me like 10 minutes, and then we'll go through another 2 songs. We'll keep in really good pacing, to be honest. See how many we can get through. Great. Save this off. Save this off. And I'll get my brake meter up. 2:15, and I might drop back in earlier. We'll see how that goes. Alright, I will be right back.
see hollow and silver. I said I'm sorry. For this heartbeat, for the sweet. It's over the sweet. It's over the sweet. It's over the sweet. Oh, it's over the sweet. It's over the sweet. It's over the sweet. I'm close, but I'm older. It's over the sweet. It's I'm close, but I'm yours. It's over the sweet. I'm close, like I'm older. It's over the sweet. It's I'm close, but your way. It's over the sweet. I'm close, but I'm older. It's never be. It's never get to know, to holler, to go, to get to know, to holler, to go, to get to know, to holler, to go. I will never get away to wish it hollow. Some other money can say I care how it's supposed to be. Every moment you're awake. Yeah, I care, I won't even agree. Ever see the light your face? I agree, sinning for everyone you know I forsake. You got supposed to be. Every moment you're awake. Yeah, I care, I won't even agree. Ever see the light your face? I agree, sinning for everyone you know I forsake. You got
Hello and welcome back. We are doing lyrics and structure. Going well. Gone through 2 songs so far. Let's do some more. If you've just joined, I'm doing the RPM challenge. That means I'm writing 10 songs in the month of February. In this case, I've created them all from scratch over the month of February, recording every component of it and then kind of putting it all together. You were tuning in to see a component of that, and right now we're focusing on the lyrics. So I've gotten 11 songs together in their real near final stages, and then the last thing that I do is I get all the lyrics together and the song structures, then I sing, which I'll be doing in a couple of days, all of the vocal takes in, and then I finish all the song structures with the last little vocal components. And then on the last day we'll have all the songs completed. The mixing of that won't happen until March, but the songs will be completed and the RPM challenge will be done. I'll put them up on SoundCloud and we can have a listen to them, and then I'll take you through the mastering, the mixing and then the mastering process as well, which is quite fascinating in its own right, especially listening back, giving feedback, and getting things changed around, and all that other stuff. So it's good. All right, well, let's get stuck into it. I don't know what song to work on next. I think we just finished doing song 5. And now I think what I'll do is song. Let's just do song. I think 6 will go to next. Let's just go up the chain. I've got my lyrics open up on another screen at the moment. I'll just see if I can bring it up. I don't think you can see the folder if I do this. Okay, I'm just sorting this out, so that's what I'm doing. I'll go back to this mode so you can see what's going on that screen. All right, I think. Where is the list of songs? I'm so organized that I've got hundreds of tabs open. That's the definition of disorganized. Ugh. Song list, that's what I called you. Okay, so we just did song 5. Lyrics. Oh, the lyrics aren't complete on it yet. I said with song 5 I really want to. I'm gonna have to complete it on my own. It's too personal. Deal with it. It's weird. We're doing music and it's fully emotionally connected. And there's just some things you just can't expose. Here for Hunz coming in with the good evening, folks. Thank you for phrasing that the other way around. Here for Hunz. Good morning to you, man. I hope it's not too cold. Alright, let's do, I'll just bring this up. So song 3, lyrics and melody. I'm going to indent these back down. Look at that, look at me go. Okay, lyrics on my own. Is there any songs that people want me to deal with? Chat? Is there anything out of that list that you're just like, let's do that? I'll give you a couple seconds. I'll talk about some other random things in the meantime. And then after that, I'll make the choice of my own. Yeah, so song 5, really interesting. It's going to be pretty personal. It's dealing with gifts given, gifts wasted. The person who gave those gifts still loves you anyway. And then reconciling that love because it kind of just doesn't make sense. And we can talk about that in greater depth when I go through and put those lyrics together, or you can leave it alone. Here for Hunz said track 7, let's do it. I kind of already know the tone of this, so I'm excited to get into it. Oh, I also fixed up song 3, the one that we're working on yesterday. I kind of changed it a lot. I really enjoyed sourcing the lyrics with everyone, but I kind of Hunzified them, if that's even a verb. It sounds pretty pretentious as a verb if you ask me. So, song 7, before we get started, here are the themes around it. Struggles. I've been all fine, sat down on my own. Yeah, I've seen troubles in my days from the moment I'm awake. Seeing hurt hard, I know. You said it so hard, I know. So we've got this idea of I'm a pretty empathetic person. It's part of my makeup. A whole other story on if you respond with that empathy, but sure. So this moment here, this hard I know, is a really it's a really empathetic moment. Jewel, because you told me how to say your name correctly. Hope you're doing well. Greetings back to you, Jewel. So this is a really, like, if you were to paint a visual of this, this is someone sitting down next to someone and just being like, yeah, this is hard, like, but we're all doing this together, but this is hard. I had a really weird year last year, and so a lot of these my wife had kind of said, you've got a lot of stuff to get off your chest, and a lot of this stuff and these themes that are in this really like amazingly just come to the forefront, and this song definitely feels that way. Ask me again about it later, and maybe at those times we can have a chat about it. I can change this to a in real life channel and we can have chats. So here we've got this moment where someone is next to someone or is lowering themselves and just saying, I know it's hard, I know. And then this part here is kind of like putting out this idea that I've also gone through some serious crap or some serious stuff in my life. So it is that it's going to be okay. It happens and everything kind of rolls that way. So let's have a listen through the song. I'll start like collecting more tones and things around it, but that's where I am feeling like this song is, and I don't know if it's like, I'm okay with leaving songs sitting in a place. I don't need to resolve it. I don't like or to do anything with it. I just want to present something, and if people relate with it, then we can start a conversation about it. Some people need a full story, and they're just like, and then this happened, and then everyone was sad, and then this other thing happened, and then we all ate cake, and then we were happy, and life's great. And then you just kind of go through, wait a minute. So I kind of am okay with just setting a tone and just going, are you there? Because I'm also there. And I feel like that's a way more honest approach to songwriting for me personally. Other people can do really good narratives and take you on this awesome journey through it. And then the other thing is I want to respect the song. It could be that there is some redemption or some redeeming things in it that we can bolster some encouragement or some words in it. So let's go through the intro, and then I'll skip over the intro. And what I'll start doing is when I play through things, I'm going to start deleting stuff and messing around with some of the structure as well. I think that's an important part of bringing it together. Really is a question there. I feel like I could do something weird with that. Can I just pause that? What a fluky accident. We were talking about making this feel like traffic and all this other stuff, but that vocoder comes in and it sounds like a car like horn. I'll just play that again. It's just like, I was hearing it the other night, I just had this smile, I'm just like, whoa, that's like exactly the tone, but it's just an accident in the music. I don't think it's going to be there because it didn't trigger off. No, it's there. Sorry, there's something about that that just was like, yes. love the emptiness through this.
I see trouble all day. I'm always. It seems cool.
Alright, I'll keep that going. Nothing hidden. I don't think there's much I want to change about this lyrical structure. This hard heart would change the whole entire tone, so I'm going to put this aside. Everything that I just said before would kind of go out the window. But this concept is so amazing to me. Like, there's been a lot of bad decisions made in this world due to this one concept. Just someone having such a hard heart that they will not change. There is no empathy. There is nothing going on. It is something that I, don't enjoy about mankind and the way, or people kind and the way it's going. It's just, that's not cool. That's all pride and all this other stuff wrapped into it. So I don't think I want to go there. Hard. The other word was hurt. And then there's another word, you say it. It's so hard. I know. And then it reprises out to this. So this bit here I can hear a little say it ain't so. Or say it is so. So I guess for me that's a statement and kind of going, well, is it? And also like when you're dealing with suffering or things that are going on in other people's life, you're just like, oh, say it ain't so, like say it's not like that. So I can hear that getting squeaked out, and I love where the vocal is here. Say it so. Where and this will be hard to replicate, and it may be that this is injected back in, but it's squeaked out, and it's not really sung, and that wasn't the point, because this is to echo an exhausting or a real conversation that is going on and something that means a lot, and it has to be like this. So we want to kind of capture this tone as we move through it. So say it so, say it so. I'm pretty lucky because my voice is fully damaged up a lot more than it used to be in the higher registry, so fortunately it kind of squeaks out like that now, so we might as well use it to the best of our advantage. That's how I feel, and I'm so glad that my vocal tone or voice can kind of match it. I think if younger version of myself would have been able to sing that just fine. Okay, so we've got a second verse in here. So, and this feels like that old kind of idea of someone telling you a tale of, I don't know, of their past life, or this is, this is what's going on. And it's got a really like I want to say a cooler kind of gunslinger / jazz vibe about it. Like there's something that it sits in these two categories for me. So okay. I've been all fine. I've been all fine. On my own. I'm gonna turn up the speakers a bit. Yeah, I've seen troubles on my day. Every moment on the way. Say it ain't so. Maybe that's the word we need to put in there. I'm gonna just loop this, but I'm going to do it up here. There's just a bit more to grip on to. Actually, what I'll do is I'll loop this on this first part. Thanks for being patient. This is such an awkward part of songwriting where I adjust the speed at my own rate. So I've seen troubles on my days. Every moment I'm awake, but I say it is fine. Every moment I'm at home, I feel the fire. You know, getting hot. Even when I'm old. Right now what I'm doing is I'm singing along with the track and just seeing if I can force other tonal words out of my mouth hole. And I'll lunge onto little phonetics or little lyrics that are going in it. So I'll stop and just go, this is what I'm really doing. I've just described to you all the tone. I'm trying to reach it. I'm trying to be in that moment, and then I'm just going to speak directly out and see what happens. A lot of the times it just fails miserably. Sometimes some words pop out and you're just like, great, now I've got some more things to push into. If I don't sit in this, I'm just going to be pretending and writing as if I'm in it. So this is kind of a technique I use, and sometimes this will loop, and I won't be doing this tonight because we've got to keep this really compacted, but I'm trying to forget all that. Sometimes you can sit in these loops for like 20 minutes just writing stuff down, so we won't be quite there, but at least you get an understanding about how I personally push lyrics out. So I'll repeat a lot of things because I'm just kind of getting stuff to stick. Let's just hear this again. Okay. I've been knocked down, I've been off, I've been fine, I've been knocked down, I've been fine, sit down on my own. I do like that. There's a line. I've been knocked down, I've been fine. No, I've been knocked down. I've been knocked down. I've been knocked down. I've been knocked down, seen violent, I've been knocked down, seen cry, my own. Oh, that's a little bit better. Yeah, I've been knocked down, I've left crying, been left crying. I've been left down, been left crying on my own. Jewel has a question. Hunz, sorry for unrelated question here. Do you fantasize when you do music? what about what people will think about it or whatever. I seem to do that as some kind of motivation, and it really doesn't last long as a motivator. What are your thoughts on that and creative motivation? So basically asking, it's a big question to unpack, is a great way of saying that, but if I'm being completely honest, in the past I have let the fantasies of what people will think about my music control where it's going. There are moments where I have clarity, and I'll call it clarity because that's exactly what it is. But in the past, like I'd say over the last maybe 5 years, I have not had a clear idea about where Hunz, like what Hunz does, because it feels archaic or it feels old, and all those words are just so weird to use in conjunction with something that comes out. But that's my problem. So recently I kind of made a choice to stop thinking about it and choosing not to go there, and that's like literally a choice I have. So the moment I'm like, oh, I hope this person hears it, or I hope this person like says something about it because that would mean a lot, as soon as my brain goes to those places, I'm just like, I have to stop it. And it's hard because I've been privileged enough to work with some really great talent and artists, but there is no way that like they would connect with my music the way that they would connect with other artists' music as well. And it's like one of those like it, that in itself is like, why am I doing this to myself? Like I know they're never going to like it, and then what do you have? Just like, for me it was just like, well, I'm just gonna do this for the people that love it, and then, you know, for myself. And like, this music isn't really doing it for myself. It's kind of like, I need to get these feelings out. So for this album, I have just, while putting this together, have not cared for the first time in a long time. Just not cared about what's currently going on in music, what trends are happening. Oh my goodness, I don't have enough sidechain. That's a trap snare. That's a trap hi-hat. I just don't care anymore. I just like hit this point where I'm just like, I just want to write music, and I don't want it to be so genre specific. I just don't want to worry about that stuff anymore. So that's what I'm doing with this one. I just am putting it out there. But I tell you honestly, I listened to a song the other night. I'm like, this is so bad. And then I'm just like, watch yourself. I just fell into this trap of fantasizing that this person would hear this song and they would also be like, oh, that's terrible. Like, I don't like that. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's not a good thing to do. So, back at you, Jewel. How are you placing your music? Do you sit in the whole fantasy of, oh, I hope these people hear it, or do you have you kind of started stripping that back, and do you have clarity over it, and you're just like, this is me, this is who I am. You either get it, awesome. You either don't, awesome. But the metrics aren't based on favor by other human beings. And if anyone else wants to weigh in on that, I know there's a lot of other songwriters in here too, and we all get stuck in those awesome traps of just going genre hopping and trying to figure things out. That's good. Good question. Also keeps me in the mood of what this is all doing too. So I've been, okay. Yeah, I've been knocked down, been left crying on my own. Yeah, I've seen trouble on my day, Yeah, I've been. I think I want to put one more sentence in there. Yeah, I've been knocked down, been down. Yeah, I do like that. I've been knocked down, been left crying all on my own. Can I cram another all on my own? And oh, that's a true statement. It's not great. I've left people in my wake when I don't. So not looking at rhyming just yet, just putting things in place. And I'm not a rhymer, just it's not my favorite thing. I find the absurdity of just like having unrhyming words like smash into each other stick out a little bit more. Yeah, I've been knocked down, been left crying, I'm being on my own. Yeah, I've left people in my wake when I don't realize my mistake. I say it's just fine. So we need to fix that up. I've left people in my wake. I don't realize my mistake. I don't realize. People in my wake, I don't realize my mistakes. I say it's just fine. So that feels good, as in that feels like a true statement. All of this feels like a true statement. So if we grab this other idea that we have down here. I love this trouble. That really sets the tone, and I think that's the opening line. I've been just fine. I like that as an opening statement. I've been just fine. How you doing? Oh yeah, I'm doing fine. How are you going? I am going fine. That's a great conversation starter. Okay, so that as an opening line. Been just fine. I've sat down on my life. Ooh, that hurts. True. Last couple of years has been just literally apathy times 100. I've been just fine. I've sat down on my life. Yeah, I've seen troubles in my days from the... I need to change this statement. If I ever am awake. Ouch. As if to say, I'm ignoring it anyway. Let's just read back that. I've been just fine. I've sat down on my life. Yeah, I've seen trouble in my days. If I ever stayed awake. Jules said, my sense, I'm often stuck in treating music as some kind of stupid and vain self-affirmation tool. Guess it's also a matter of too much attachment. Treating what you create as your baby and identifying with all the emotions you attach to it. I recently read that getting affirmation in before finished results actually demotivates you, so it seems psychologically counterproductive to indulge in such affirmation when creating something. So, I would say that's all. That a really good realization, Joel, and thank you so much for sharing that. That is like true. I have a couple of songwriter friends that, and I don't do this. They share their music as it goes along, but they also are tooled with the fact that they incredibly know and trust their own taste. So they never get any lenience or go through it. But that idea that I think the tracker, and I'm gonna strictly talk about the demo scene, the tracker scene, and stuff like that. I think the mentality that I remember, and I haven't engaged with this scene for like maybe 10-15 years, so let's just precursor all of this with could be stuck in a time bubble. But when I remember it, it was really driven by making sure you get affirmation by other people as you went along, or you would share stuff before it was finished. So it's like, I totally get it, and I reckon if you don't, then it should be good. The other thing I've done to kind of counteract it is find some people to trust. Holy smoke, like, and people that you trust should have the ability to tell you, Jewel, that sucks, no, and you shouldn't, like, you should have the right hurt feeling because you know they're saying it in the right way and there was nothing more going on than just that. So I would surround yourself in people that you complicitly trust in that. So they're going to kind of boost your ego, but do it in an encouragement way, and then also at the same time you're going to get really meaningful feedback that might drive it. But I'm glad you've recognized that loop, and hopefully you continue to keep solving that. If Hunz said, this song makes me feel like I've had difficult situations to deal with that weren't my fault, but they don't feel as bad as knowing I'm the reason for the trouble I caused myself. It's one thing when you can blame someone else, but when you've caused it yourself, you feel the pain and the regret. Yeah. I think it's really, like, isn't it really easy to not take the time to realize what we've caused in those situations, and instead we're just kind of really quick at pointing fingers or just moving around from that. But then at the same time, when they're not your fault, it's really hard. I've always gone with the rule of like, I was reading through this book about how you can always actually a friend of mine said, so a bad situation happened last year, and he's like, what are you gonna lose? And he's such a animated person. He's like, what are you gonna lose, Hans? He's like, is it just your pride? Who cares? You can just get that back. It's just like, it doesn't matter if pride's the only thing that's gonna be gone after this. Is like, so it puts you in this state of just like, okay, I can probably get all the things back, and you know, all I have to do is dignity, pride, a bunch of other things to kind of move forward through. But yeah, thanks for sharing that here, Hans. So as we go through this, I'll just sing this last little bit. I've got this, now that I'm kind of stuck in this little tone of, and stuck is not the right word, but we've got this idea of I've been fine, I've sat down all my life, yeah, I've seen trouble in my days if I ever stayed awake. So that's a really hurty but awesome statement about could be proactive, but I'm going to sleep, and then I'm going to qualify it with a line of I'm dreaming. So here's a little bit of real share moment songwriting, am I right? It's just basic psychology and getting stuff out. I am terrible at following up with people, and I'm actually okay with being by myself. And I do this weird thing where I can respond to like if someone sends me an email, I'll respond and write it up in my head, but I will never type it out. And in my mind, I've dreamt the outcome, and I've dreamt everything is great, and then I catch up with, you know, friends or people, and then they're just like, never got back to me, man. I'm just like, are you serious? And it's like been the number one thing that is so it loops through my whole entire life, through things. My intentions are nothing like that, and then people read so much into it. I spend most of my time just apologizing and just being as genuine as possible, but I still can't. Then the loop starts up again. Then I might reach out, or they may reach out, but then I'll forget about it, or I'll write an email in my head about the things going on. So this statement here that I'll just circle here feels reminiscent and true of me. This also, ignoring people, not realizing my mistakes, and I just say it's fine. There's a couple of people just so, you know, so complicated. Life, am I right? Jewel coming out with the truth bombs. Gotta put in some effort. Results and quality requires a bit of effort, even in relationships. So it's so true, so true. More truth bombs.
I've been just fine. I've sat down on my life. Yeah, I've seen trouble, oh, in my days. Let me go back and rap the rest of that, apparently. Trouble in my days. If I ever stayed away, I'm dreaming just.
I'm dreaming. I'm gonna write of you, but that's not what I want to say. But that kind of summarizes what I was saying just then. I'm dreaming. Oh, dreaming for you is even a weirder way to say it.
I've been just fine. I've sat down on my life.
Turn my speakers up a bit so I can hear over the top of it.
I've seen trouble in my days. Ever stayed away? I'm dreaming for you. Dreaming for you.
Dreaming. When I thought of doing this stream, I never thought, wow, I wonder how weird it is to watch someone struggle over lyrics. Cuts to hand shot. Sandra Bullock typing madly as if she's hacking the internet. Nothing types on screen. Sorry, I'm a bit of a movie buff too, so have a weird sense of humor. I'm dreaming for you. I'm dreaming the past. Just write all these concepts down. Dream. Oh, that might be a nice one. I'll just write that. Dream for you. Okay, so that line, I'll need to work on that. I won't do that. I'll keep like cycling through different things. I've been knocked down, been left crying, and been on my own. I've left people in my wake. I don't realize my mistakes. I say it's just fine. Okay, so that loops beautifully back into this. Okay, hard, so hard, I know. Yeah. Say it ain't so. Okay.
See it. Say it so. Say it so. Say it so. I've been all fine, sat down on my life. Yeah, I've seen trouble in my day. Even if I ever stay awake, I dream for you. I gotta fix that line. Oh, good. I know.
You guys are getting a straight unreverbed feed.
Sit so high. I know.
It's right up there, that note. Forget about this part. Beautiful.
Sit so.
Foreshadowing this idea. Okay, so when this
and when this hurt's undone, I think I'm gonna run.
Yeah, that is something I would do. Have it I always feel like if you don't know some of the early Bible stories, there's a story about Jonah. And I always relate with that story because, like, given something to do, just runs away. So I'm just like, so even when all of this is gone, I'm like, I'm just gonna run. Like, let's just roll with this. So I feel like that's a really true statement. Oh, thanks, Jewel. Jewel was saying, I thought that was the chorus. It's catchy. Yeah, it's just a one-off thing. Like you had asked a question before about, you know, the treating of music, self-affirmation stuff. I did set some boundaries on myself, and then one thing I did do is I've really loved the way that music's getting formatted now, where really amazing moments are coming in, and they're just like, that was great. Let's move on to the next thing. So there's a very loose structure in this. And then I want to weave in some more components that kind of build it up so things don't repeat as much if I get time. I really hope I get time to do that. There's a band called Brockhampton that I've been really listening to. They are a mega boy band rap group, and they just, their music beautifully progresses, and it's so classical. Take away all the hip hop and everything in it, it's just so classical in its progression. So I'm hoping that there's little elements of that in this, but they do a lot of beat switch ups as well. Like, it'll just suddenly drop into this whole other beat, and then one of them will pick up all the counter rhythms again in it through, you know, rapping over the top of it. So it's beautiful stuff. This will pale in comparison to that, but I love that there's moments in here now. that won't ever come back.
And when this heart's undone, I think I'm gonna run. I'm gonna hide the fate. I'm gonna hide the fate.
Oh, I'm so faint.
I'm gonna hide the fate. I'm gonna cause a fate. I'm gonna hide the fate. I think I'm gonna run. I think that's all the fate. And then the heart will fade.
Jill just said, oh, I heard some new song by 1975 recently, and it was basically the same chord for the whole song, except for one single section that was super funky cheese. Yeah, if you've got the name of that song, great band.
Sits so.
Oh man, just and when this hurt is done. Sorry about that. I didn't realize it's all cut off down there. And when this hurt's undone, I think I'm gonna run, and then this halfway. Not that that's what I'll be saying, but yeah, it'll be something similar.
Almost there. And when this heart's undone, I think I'm gonna run. And then this heart will fade. And then
okay. I'm gonna repeat that last line again. I'm going to run.
and then this heart will fade. I'm gonna run, and then you're almost there.
And when I'm almost there, from the run,
and when I'm almost there, until almost there.
this could be the word where came in the end of that. Okay. Oh.
When I'm hurt and died, and when this heart's undone, I think I'm gonna run, and then this heart will fade. I'm gonna run, and when I'm almost there, I'm gonna take this way.
When I'm almost there. What's that fable where it's like the basis of oh, so guy walking to castle. Is this it's a fish thing. It is called Dante's. No, that's a poem. This is called, alright, I can't remember, but anyway, castle, guy walking to castle, and no matter, the whole story ends and the castle's still at the same distance. And it's this the constant struggle and the constant, like, that's my goal but never quite achieving it. So when I'm thinking about visuals for this, I feel like this is like something's been solved, Awesome, thank you. I'm just gonna run off in this direction. Whoa, not really coping well. Should have kind of paid my respects. I'm gonna keep running. And now I think I'm almost there, but I don't know where that is. Is kind of where that statement is. So, and when I'm almost there, I guess. And when I'm almost there, I'm gonna take this way. I'll write something nonsensical to start with. I can't take this where? Here. Don't know. What am I taking? What am I doing? And when I'm almost there, I can't take this where. I said I'm almost. And when I'm almost there, I said I'm almost there. This is it. I'm done. This is it, I'm done. Oh, I like that. So there's that little moment of glimmer and hope. You're the morning sun. Nighttime scene. And when I'm almost there. So one little conundrum to resolve. Going to the chorus here. Sit so hard, sit so hard, I know. Ooh, sit so, sit so, sit so. You're the morning sun. It's the morning sun. Oh, so that feels really beautiful. Just like I'm really inspired by nature, and there's nothing more resetting to me than the morning sun. So it's very cool. The pronoun issue. Okay, so Jules saying the pronoun issue may be lots of lines starting on I. Some things can be rephrased like can I instead of I can. Invert I and you could be fun too. Yeah, and that's exactly right. Like what I do have to go through this as well, and pronoun this up. Yep. Very, very cool. And I might just go over that with a little fine tooth now. So this line needs replacement, that's okay. This one I don't understand yet, and that's okay. This is it. And when this heart's undone, I think I'm good. So hard. Yeah. I could also say, you know, on this, I ask a lot of questions in my songs. It's part of my the thing I do a lot of. I've been knocked down, you've been knocked down, been left crying, and been on your own. You've left people in your... No, I think I'll definitely own this. I think there'll be other songs which I'll flip around. But Scarab24, thank you for mentioning that. When you're in ruts and you're kind of looking over things, you're just like, oh, what was the thing? And that's a beautiful one. Lots of lines starting with I. Some things can be rephrased like can I instead of I can. That's really good. I'll just write that at the top. I might need a little bit of space between this. Can I? Oh, I was about to mention a cartoon. Okay, there's a cartoon called Final Space. If you haven't seen it, Jewel, or even chat, if you haven't seen Final Space, do yourself the pleasure and just watch the first episode. There's a character on there that is like, can I do this? I can do this. And his whole entire dialogue is him saying, can I fly the ship? Yes, I can fly the ship. And he just keeps rotating through all these things. Anyway, it made me laugh so hard. It's a really silly series, but it's really it's got a lot of feels in it as well. If you like cartoons, you're gonna love Final Space. If you don't like cartoons, let's forget this ever happened. I watch a lot of anime and cartoons and things. That's me being slightly embarrassed. Okay, let's just get this last bit in. Awesome. So I'm really happy with the formatting of this song. The last pass we need to do over it is when all the vocals are in place. We'll get them all together. Then I'll start making the song more cohesive. Like, what does that mean? That just means I'm going to strip things back a little bit more and experiment with the placement of stuff, like when the vocals are really locked away. Awesome. Well, what's the time sitting at? I think I'm gonna do it. So we got through 4. And Jewel has come up with rephrase some sentences Yoda style. Oh my goodness. Yes. And now that I'm reading this, I'm reading it in Yoda's voice. You have been knocked down. You have been left crying, and you have been on your own. and this is why you don't do lyrics crowdsource that. No, that is just a joke. And this is an absolute pleasure. I have never done anything like this before in my life, so I'm just like, wow. Okay, so can I can. Okay, awesome. Well, I will call this a night. It's sitting at 11. I've got a big day ahead of me tomorrow. Yeah, I will write that underneath. Sorry, Jewel just said, for example, my mistakes have not... Yeah, gotcha. It's really good. That's stuff that I'll take away and just figure out. That's really cool. That of course won't fit in, but that's not the point. It's just rephrasing things around. Not down on my own. Left people in my wake. My mistakes have not been realized. Oh, you can bring that out. Sorry. Anyway, yes, that is great. That is really great. Oh, here for Hunz. Man, that is, thank you so much. That's so much, monies. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for the lovely note. I didn't get time to read it out, but it said, God bless you, brother. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of the process. Thank you, man. That's, yep. Thanks. So, I'll quickly duck out to thoughts. That's me really taken back, by the way. I'm just like, wow. I will be back again tomorrow, and I will probably do a longer session, and then get myself tired for Friday. Tomorrow I've got a big day at work. Just a lot of last minute things need to be in place. I do animation, creative direction, and a bunch of different things with some teams at work. So tomorrow is just a big day in getting all the renders all together and all that other stuff. Speaking of which, I'm hoping that I'll be able to really bring about some of these, the graphics that I do in the background. I can show you the process and why I put all that stuff together. Kind of getting this quick understanding that I'm really emotively driven, which means, you know, the emotional side of, I want responses from things, or I want to feel something when I'm working through material. And that's what I kind of gauge as being good or bad. So, man, Jewel, thank you. Such great questions, really great. And just here for Hunz, thank you for sharing that stuff. And Scarab24, thank you again for just rocking up into this. But yeah, spread the love. Let everyone know that we're doing that. I'm doing this. You know, if you think anyone else would benefit from this process, and that's awesome. We'll be saving the videos around as well, so other people can look over this material. Thank you so much. If you're around again this same time tomorrow, I will be here 100%. Have good days, have good afternoons, and have great evenings. And I hope you guys all sleep well tonight. See you later.
So high.